Our game KnightOut is finally releasing on PC and Nintendo Switch. It's incredibly exciting. What a journey it has been. In this video I'm gonna talk about my own predictions and expectations. I thought it could be a fun video compared to just a video about now the game is out. So let's jump into that. But first I would like to just explain what the game is and what you can do to help, because we would really appreciate your help. KnightOut is a brawler type game that will ruin your best friendship. It features a building mechanic where you build up a castle that you then defend either in co-op or versus mode. If you decide to buy the game, it would really be appreciated if you play it and go to Steam and leave an honest review once the game is out. The goal is to reach 10 reviews as fast as possible, because that will tell Steam that there is something in this game, and the players will be able to see the review score and make a decision if they want the game based on that. Before, if you have less than 10 reviews, it won't show the score of reviews. So we really need to reach that as fast as possible. If you reviewed the game in early access, you need to go in and re-review it. Once we have those reviews, it will get more exposure and people will actually have a chance to see it on Steam. Otherwise, it might really easily get forgotten in the stack of just games that are releasing. If you decide not to buy the game, that's totally fine. You can watch this video and the entirety of it. That will really help the algorithm. You can also like the video and comment on it. That helps as well to get the word out on YouTube. Afterwards, I encourage you to watch our launch trailer, which I'll link to, and it's, in my opinion, really good. So you should definitely watch that as well. That will help us with the YouTube algorithm as well. So with that out of the way, I would like to talk about expectations and if the game will succeed or not. I mean, this is filling a lot in my head, and success is self-defined. So if I say success is based on if I can sell 100,000 copies, then if I don't reach that, in my opinion, I didn't succeed. And that's kind of like my own fault. If I have really high expectations, I need to adjust those to be more in line with what is actually happening with the game. And obviously, if it went viral and stuff like that, would be a different case, and I could have had high expectations. But I still want to talk about my own expectations about how players hopefully will receive the game. And then afterwards, I'll talk about the financial aspects of what I hope will happen when the game is released. It's very important for me how players receive it, and I hope that they'll get a good image about what the game is through watching the trailer and reading about it on the Steam page. Because I don't want people to be disappointed when they play it and it's a totally different game than what they were expecting. I feel like it gives a good image of what the game is when you read through the description and when you see the images and trailer. However, it is also a mix of different genres, and this kind of like a unique game in that sense that you can both build, and it's a fast-paced brawler game. So people could get really disappointed in that it's not a platformer only and it's not a brawler game only. I hope that that will not happen. I hope they will see it as a thing for itself and receive it as that. And then my worst fear is obviously that there's a bug that really will ruin the experience for all players. I think it's a good game, but I don't know if other people will think that. I think it would be a good experience, but you never know. Would people just don't like it. And I guess that's okay, but I hope they will, and I hope some people will like it and enjoy it. Or the worst outcome ever would be that nobody plays it at all. Or maybe very, very few people play it, and that could also happen, and I hope it won't happen. I hope people will play it and enjoy it and stuff like that, but it could happen. If that happens, I'll probably be sad for some time, reconsider if this is what I want to do, but I'll be okay, and hopefully it won't happen. I'm saying this because it hasn't gained a lot of traction. I'll come to that later. So financially, you could say, what does it need to break even? And maybe if it made the break even target twice, it'll be a success. So I think a very modest budget for this game would be 150,000. It would probably have cost more, but that's around the price. And it would have cost more because we didn't have the experience. It took a lot longer to develop than anticipated, and a very experienced team could probably do it faster. But then in order to make 150,000 back, it would need to sell 21,000 copies, which is a lot. And I don't think that will happen. And let me tell you why. First of all, we don't have a marketing budget. So there's no way for us to really market the game except trying to do our best with rival marketing and our own social media channels. So that's a huge thing that will probably result in that it won't reach as many people as I would hope. We did localize it to different languages, but we could have done a lot more with that. I hope we chose the right languages and that we did enough with that, like for us to reach our audience. There was a lot of things that didn't work out, and now I'm just talking about where we are at now. I'm recording this a few days in advance. Maybe something will happen, maybe we'll go viral or something like that, but I can't expect that to happen. So I'm just taking from where we are at now. And we don't really have any viral content. Our trailer didn't get a lot of views. We didn't go viral on TikTok or Reddit or YouTube or anything like that. So that sucks. I was really hoping that Nintendo would feature us on their YouTube channel. They didn't want to do that for some reason, and they couldn't tell us why, and I guess that is okay, but if they had done that, there would be a lot more chances of our game succeeding. My social media channels didn't really work out. I haven't gained a lot of traction on Instagram, I haven't gained a lot of traction on TikTok, and maybe worst of all, YouTube, because I spend a lot of time on YouTube and trying to make videos that people enjoy and get the word out there. But first of all, I wasted kind of like 2 years on my YouTube channel, where I was making a lot of content, but nothing really went out there. And then I decided to make a new YouTube channel and re-upload my old content. That's what I'm doing now. I gained 250 subscribers. I'm so happy for everybody who subscribed. It's amazing. But with that pace, it's just not enough to make a dent. It's not enough to push the game out, I think. I hope it will be, but it's probably not. On Steam, we only have 3,500 wishlists. And most of those are from way back, so they're old wishlists. I don't know how that will affect the game, if even people on the wishlist is gonna buy it. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. I hope some of them will. Now that you know all of this backstory, I'll tell you my sales estimates. And I think this is funny because maybe it's totally wrong. Maybe it's way less or maybe it's more. But my estimate is that the first week we'll sell 150 copies around all platforms. So that's PC and Switch. In the first month, it'll be a total of 1,500 copies. And in 1 year, it'll be 4,500 copies. I think this might be a bit too optimistic. I'm always too optimistic. And like I said, it could go either way, so it could be 1,000 in the first year. It could also be 100,000 if suddenly it gained a lot of traction on YouTube or whatever, who knows. It's really hard to predict, but I still think it's fun to try and predict it and see what happens afterwards. So what is next for me? I think I need a vacation. I honestly don't know what's next. I'll see what time brings and what will happen. Remember to like this video if you enjoyed it. And I hope you will watch the launch trailer next and maybe even review the game on Steam. That will really help a lot. I have a lot of devlogs as well about the game that you can watch, so it's up to you. But thank you for watching this one. I'll see you.